Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. How you feeling out there?
It's back chilly chill, man. Had to bring the coat back out. Y'all thought it was a
Shit.
game.
Ooh, this little Groundhog Day shit fooled us, nigga. You always do that little fake spring, nigga. Cold as hell outside.
That fake spring, nah, that spring pump
That's,
fake, disgusting.
man, that's disgusting.
Get us every year too. I'm hot about this
Uh,
shit.
yeah, facts. That's a fact.
Other than that, it's all gravy. What that All-Star game was talking about? I ain't watched it. I seen y'all was talking about it in the group chat. It wasn't talking about shit.
Yeah, I had it playing in the background. People hating though. It was better than it's way better than it has been.
Ah, okay, okay,
Like
okay.
people really just hating though. Like Kevin Durant said, y'all might well just give them the weekend off if y'all gonna hate like this because it was just like a pickup game.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. What LeBron did was monkey though. That was
Not playing. Yeah, that
super
was some stuff.
monkey,
Yeah, he's some
and
stuff.
not telling nobody till to like, bro, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
that was petty.
That was
That
monkey
was
as
petty.
hell.
Come on, Bron. But we know y'all guys aren't here for sports. Let's get to this hip hop talk, action-packed episode as always. Cameron tells us why the Juelz and Lil Wayne album never happened. We finally get some answers that. And there's an artist that had the steepest drop off from number one in Billboard history. We're going to talk maybe is their run slowly coming to an end. And Suge, still talking from behind bars, said Pac was planning a collab album with an R&B superstar. We're going to talk about who that was and if it was something we would want to have heard. But first, the big news, Drake, Partynextdoor, the album that we kind of talked about last week, finally came out. Some sexy songs for you. It was, in fact, an R&B project with a rap bar, well, a couple bars here and there sprinkled in. Some songs were popular on Twitter. Some people saying it was trash. Some people saying they liked it. Typical with any big name artist release. But let me ask you, being this was the first full length project post beef, did this project make a positive or a negative impact on Drake's status?
Uh, I don't think it was negative. A lot of people were talking about it. The sales haven't came back yet, weirdly, but I
Yeah.
seen people talking about it all day online. Like the impact factor is still there. R&B Drake is not for me. I'm not gonna judge it. I did listen to it just to know what was going on. I do not see how y'all listen to R&B Drake still at 40. That's insane to me. But no, it didn't affect his impact, man. I think he'll do like about 100,000, like I said, and
Wow.
that's cool. That's cool for him and PNB to do as far as being a PNB led project because his name is the title name on the track. But as far as what you, a Drake fan, wanted and what the people who sign up for the R&B Drake want, this was it. Like I don't think you could go like it wasn't bad music. Again, I'm just not a big R&B Drake fan, but I respect it. Like I'm glad that it's being put behind us, like the beef and all of that shit. It sounds like he's in another mode, and I'm appreciative of that, that we can move on past this. We'll talk about later how this whole moment has jumped the shark when we get to wins and losses, but no, it's didn't impact him negatively at all.
Um, so you're not the R&B Drake guy. Y'all just listen, you and your Kendrick buddies.
Views R&B Drake. If we can bring him back, dig him up from the dead, then maybe,
Listen,
but not this R&B Drake.
you and your buddies can go kick it at your backyard gangbang barbecue, and y'all can hold hands and crip walk until your goddamn
Crip,
chucks
Crip
bleed
walk to
out.
not like us. Yes,
Yes, y'all can
absolutely.
hold hands and crip walk to not like us at the sausage fest. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be over here with the vibes, nigga, on this Drake and PNB.
The
I'll tell you how
vibes.
it is, dude. I'll tell you how it goes at this
The
pool party over
vibes.
here. y'all,
Stop it, bro. Stop it.
y'all
Stop it.
have fun at the barbecue, dude. Listen, this first of all, it's again, I'm not a PND guy. Still not one after this album. Wasn't one before it, wasn't one after it. But he took a back seat on here though. It's like 65-35 Drake,
Hmm.
thankfully.
Hmm.
Um, because in doses is fine. And I will say, first listen, I was like, okay. Like there was a couple that stood out off Wham, but this is not a first listen type album, in my opinion. Especially that these albums come out during the day. Well, I mean, they come out technically midnight, but most people are listening to them when they wake up. This is not a I woke up and I'm listening to this at breakfast type album. The same goes for Larry June and Two Chains, or really any Larry June project for that matter. This is not meant to be consumed at that time of day, in my opinion. So when I double back, listened to them in the headphones, gave it the car test, did all the different environments, I really fuck with it. I'm
You
actually
had to,
fucking with it more than I expected.
you had to make yourself like it. You had to like, just
No,
listen
not
to
at
it until you
all. Because
socially program yourself to like it.
there's nothing that can make me like the Fiesta song he got on there
The
in Spanish.
Padres song,
Yeah, there's
that shit
nothing
is
there.
funny. That
There's
shit
nothing
sound
I
like
can
a
do with
skit.
that.
That
That's
shit
so
sounded like a
slaw.
skit. The
Uh,
interlude was banging. The little
well,
interlude
the
shit,
chick,
she ripped that.
yeah, no, that was tough. The project has. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I listen to it, it's giving me. I could probably throw it on shuffle minus the Padre shit. I throw it on shuffle and it's a different vibe, and I find myself singing or humming the
No,
songs
God, no,
after
you're
the
not
fact.
singing this shit, man. Let's stop it, bro.
Nah, that shit is catchy,
The
dude.
fuck out of
It's some good
here.
writing on there, bro. For real, for real.
Let me ask you this:
But enjoy not
being
like
a
this for the thousandth
being,
time, though.
being a middle-aged black man, like what do you get from this? Because I was listening to this.
It's
These
banging.
bars and these songs are for like women that are like 18 to
That's not
28.
true. That's
That
not
is
true.
a fact.
That's not
No
true.
one really wants to hear grown men want to hear 40-year-old Drake singing it. But nigga being like, he's being like a lady on here. That's his bag. I get it. He been doing that forever, but you would have thought that he grew out of it. He hasn't. Like
What?
some of the sassy, do you know what I'm talking about? The sassy lines, DMs, and some of the shit that he was saying on here. I'm like,
My boy said I
bro,
lost your contact. I had to email you. That's
oh
real.
my God, man.
It
Who is he
happens.
talking to? Who does that? That's one of the lines that I
It's happened
roll
to
my
me.
eyes at. Like, man,
That's happened
stop.
to me.
Yeah,
Next.
15 years ago, nigga. You've been married for 10 years. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? Fuck, get out of here. That's my problem with this. Who is this nigga talking to? He's
Real
40.
ones.
He ain't going through this shit no more. So you just listening to this reminiscing?
Yes.
That's what you're doing? Get
This
out
is
of here, man.
period piece.
I ain't never been through this bullshit that he goes through. So that's maybe why I can't relate. I'm a real
It's
nigga, so I
it's
don't
some
know.
funny ass lines on here, dude.
It
Like
is
I
some
promise
hilarious
you.
lines on here. It is some hilarious lines on here,
And
but
then
they like they not for you. You know that. You'll admit that. You'll admit this album is not for you, right?
I
You
give
ain't
you
that
an
much of a Drake fan.
I give you an example of a funny ass line that is for dudes that can relate, but it may not be as one of one as you're thinking. Like when he's on,
Okay.
like first of all, "Raining in Houston" is my shit. That's a prototypical Drake right there with the slow down Beyonce sample.
It was cool.
That,
Yes.
nah, nah.
But what is he talking about, bruh?
Man, that nigga said, you text me, don't bother coming home. Like you ain't at my crib. Like that ain't my house. That you may
See, I
not be
can't
able to
relate to
relate to
that.
that specific
I can't
incident, but
relate
you
to
can
that.
relate to the audacity and some of the left field shit that a woman will say when she mad at you, and
Mm.
you'll be like, that makes no sense, logically speaking. You can't tell me I can't come home to my own house. That's what I'm
Mm.
talking about. That part is relatable. It's the underlying theme of it, not the specific. I'm at the club and the girl's telling me don't come home. Nah, I ain't talking about that. But there's the audacity
But
and to
can't he
thinking
say that?
with the emotion that niggas can
And
relate to.
and that goes to my point. Can't he say that in a more mature adult way?
Who getting why? No, what are you talking?
Because
That's
he's
how it
40
be
years
though.
old. That's why. That's
He's
why,
still
like,
in his
this is
30s, man. Quit trying
cool.
to age niggas, man.
That
Dude,
man is not in his 30s. It's
quit
like
trying to
even Lil
age
Wayne.
up.
Lil Wayne was 25 for 3 years. Like, we remember that. Drake is in his 40s, dude, just like J. Cole and Kendrick. I'm just surprised that he still get this off. I get he got cult fans like you that y'all gonna let him, but it's amazing to me at this age that he can still like get these bars off. I ain't saying they're not clever. I'm not saying they're not catchy or good. I'm just saying for me listening to it, that was the biggest takeaway. Like, who is this nigga talking to?
Man, that shit
He
is
ain't still going. He ain't still going through these things. You ain't
he may
saying that.
not. He may not, but you don't have to, dude. Man, that's
Yeah,
so
I
funny.
get it.
I was listening to her, my homegirl, and she said the same thing. And I was like, dude, Beyonce put out single ladies when she was married, my nigga. Like it does you
Nah,
don't
that's
have
the
to be
reach,
in the
though.
exact if you only speak on where you're at, you're limited creatively. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but when you do open up to where you at, then it impacts more, and you don't have these like people that are able like to say what I'm saying or what your homegirl said. For example, you gave Beyonce when she made Lemonade, she was going through that shit. When
That was
Jay-Z
one
made
project.
444, it don't matter. That was probably her best project.
Yeah,
Like just a 44, 44. Reasonable doubt. Like
it
when
was
people are
one.
going through what they talking about, it's better. It's just better. It's hard for it's not for you because you're a fan and I get it. I'm not knocking that, but I'm saying it's hard for people that aren't fans, that are fair weather fans, that are listening to this and be like all the hate that he get. That's why he getting it
Yeah,
because
that's
he ain't
fine
rapping
though.
about like now.
That that
I'm just pointing it out.
that's perfectly fine. He only needs to make music for people that fuck with him. He
That's
does
true because
not
enough
need to
people
try
like
to
him.
go out of his way and grab everybody else. Now, I would if anybody listening right now makes music or makes art in any way, do not go out of your way to get fair weather fans. Speak to the fans who fuck with you for what you do. Do
But at
not.
least mature in your music. He could have made. Tell me this. He could have made this album 10 years ago. Same
Nah, he not in the
bars,
same
same.
space. He not in the same space.
He is in the same space. That's the point. This
Yeah.
is Marvin's Room Drake, bro. This is a
That's a
nigga
classic,
called.
bro.
Yeah, but that was 10. That was when you were a young man and you did shit like that. You're an adult now. You don't make Marvin Rooms calls no more.
We don't know that.
Right? He do. He lamer than I
This
thought.
nigga is single, bro. I don't know what he. I don't listen. I don't live the single life.
Hey
I'm living
man,
vicariously through him. If he's telling me this is what's going on and this is what's going on,
it's rough out there for him. Then. Jesus Christ, Drake. Drake, like God damn, son.
the nigga was single 10 years ago. He's single now, dude. I'm confused.
Nigga got a song rapping to the strippers like, Greg, you
That
part of the crew, girl. We fuck. Like, what are
man,
you
that song
talking
was
about, my
nah. That shit
nigga?
was funny though. To give me a hug, that shit was
It
funny as
is.
fuck.
It is.
And that was banging too. Like,
He was
dude,
ripping that. And that's the one you talk about, Melissa Ford, right?
yeah. That shit was
Yeah, he was
hard.
ripping that. He was ripping
But
that. I get
in terms of impact, though, real quick before we move on, I don't think it had a negative impact either. I think that once people heard it, and again, I'm talking to fans. I'm not talking to, and I'm not even talking to stans because they're gonna like everything. I'm just talking to fans, just on some regular. Yeah, I listen to Drake. Okay, cool. That person right there heard this, and it was a little bit of a palate cleanser from the beef that shit that we've been enthralled in all 2024 from not only Drake and Kendrick, but also people we didn't ask for.
yeah.
So, and it's still spilling over into 2025, which we'll get to a little bit later on. And we don't. This was a good palate cleanser because here you don't have an expectation of him to answer to Kendrick or to respond to the Super Bowl or to this gives him a little bit of an out, so to speak. It reminds me of Jay when he made American Gangster. Jay can't make American Gangster. Jay is really good at rapping at where he's at in life.
Mhm.
So him making American Gangster just on some regular street shit would have been like, eh. But he used American Gangster like, oh no, this is the soundtrack. I'm playing Frank Lucas right now. But he really
Mhm.
talking that shit like how he used to talk. He
Right,
just
right.
used that as a cover to do it, and it's fine. It worked. That's a spectacular album. I'm thinking that Drake is doing the same thing. He has the ability to sing, so he's going to give you the Nokia, which is what's going up on TikTok right now, the little skating rink joint, or he'll give you
Mhm.
the Raining in Houston's and or the CN Towers and all of that because he can do that, and he can kind of shape shift to that lane and play that lane for now drop it on Valentine's Day, do the whole shit around it, and that's cool. And there's no expectation of, but where's the Kendrick diss response? Nobody's asking for that right now, and I think that's a
Yeah.
good thing. You got to get people's mind away from that situation and kind of leave it where it is.
Yeah,
I
I
think
agree
it
with all
worked
of
in
that.
that aspect.
I agree with all that, except for you trying to compare this to American Gangsters. Blasphemy.
It's this a
But
vibe right here. I can throw this on. I can put this on shuffle. I put
bro,
that on
you're not
everything.
listening. You capping for the
I
people,
s-
man. You're not listening to this
it's
shit. Where you listening to this shit at?
in the
I know
whip.
your wife.
Night
Yeah,
riding. I know
no,
my
you're
wife
not
can't
listening to
stand it.
night. I know.
Yeah,
I
she can't
know
stand
she's
it.
because she's an adult.
She can't
Like
stand it.
she like no,
She
no
can't
adult
relate
wants
though.
to
It's
hear
real. It's
this.
real nigga shit, right? She can't relate. It's
Oh my
okay. She's
God.
not supposed to
Stop.
relate. I'm night riding to this shit, dude. Downtown Peachtree.
You full of shit. That's what's happening right now.
Now that shit
You're
tough.
full of
And
shit.
this run we seeing is unprecedented, but that's okay.
I don't
We'll
run. The
talk.
run's over, brother. Like
The
that's
run is
another
over.
conversation. Yeah, that's over. That's another conversation for another day. That run you talking about is over. Like people like you will still enjoy projects like this, but that run, RZA.
And that Nokia last thing, that Nokia, I said, that's the one where he naming the is it kid?
Hmm.
Is it?
Hmm.
I said, if people that have been listening during this whole time during the beef, I said what he needs to do is cheat and pull out the Ace of Spade, the big Joker, and he needs to do a beef song and needs to sing and he need to put Kendrick wife name in it. And I promise you, he should have used that right there. I would have done it. Fuck it. I would have went that route. Niggas would have hated on it, cried. Oh, you singing? There's rules in rap. B man, shut up, dude. I would have cheated.
You know,
because this nigga want to call me a pedophile on a mustard beat. So therefore, I'm gonna call out his wife on a fucking skateboarding,
Hey,
roller
hey,
rink beat, and everybody in the club gonna be singing that shit at the hookah lounge, dude.
hey, my nigga, stick to giving Jello advice. Don't give Drake that advice. We seen what happened to this
Would
nigga. Like, he
That would have been a
learned.
better answer
Like,
than Heart Part Six.
some that we say down south, you may be familiar with. People don't believe the fat meat greasy. Drake found out that fat meat was greasy. He ain't going back to that well, bro.
I would have
You
cheated.
sitting there next to Drake. You sitting there next to Drake. You wouldn't have told him, "Hey man,
Promise you.
Put Whitney in there."
I would have told him put Whitney in there.
That nigga
I
would
would
have
have
put you
cheated.
out the studio. Nigga, did you see what I just went through, nigga?
No,
Nigga,
I'm
just
talking
got.
about when the beef was going on. This is how I would have
You ain't talking about
responded.
now. You
Yeah, I
wouldn't
ain't
have
talking
did
about
it
now.
now.
No, I ain't talking about
Oh, okay,
now. No, 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 no.
Okay.
I'm talking
Oh
about when it
yeah,
was
that
going
may have been
down.
funny.
I would have went
That may have
left.
been funny then, but yeah, if you do it now, like you
Yeah, nah, that's
asking
too
for
much. That's doing too much now, though.
yeah, you asking for belt to ass again.
No, Drake already won. There's no need to do that.
Of course he did. Speaking of losing, Big Meech, he lost the upcoming concert that he had scheduled that was full of stars. Ross was gonna be there. I think
Yeah,
21 Savage was
little
gonna be
baby.
there. Like that little baby was gonna be there. The list, it went on and on and on. The proper come out for someone like that has the legacy that Meech has in hip hop, AB. But that show has been canceled. And as soon as it was canceled, his new nemesis, 50 Cent, went straight to IG and put it ain't my fault. Shout out to Master P and Silk the Shocker. My question to you, AB, do you think that 50 is petty enough to have had something to do with this concert being canceled, or is this boogeyman talk?
I think he's police enough to have this canceled.
Oh my God. Here
I
we go with
swear,
this
man.
shit.
I'm gonna be the least surprised person on earth when it comes out that 50 worked with the police. I put that on everything I love. I'm gonna be the and I'm gonna
Why
sit
would
back
50,
and
bro, why would 50 be working with the police?
I'm gonna sit back and say I told you so.
Shut up,
I'm
man.
gonna I'm gonna come on this show with a shirt that says I told you so. I'm just telling you that.
Why
The
would
show.
50 be working with the police, AB?
I mean, who knows? I don't know. Why would anybody work with the police? The same reasons, dude. I'm telling you. But y'all will see that when it happens. I just don't say I never said nothing. The show was supposed to have Rose, Sexyy Red, Moneybag Yo, Lil Baby. It was canned due to unforeseen circumstances on the day of the event.
Oh, it was canceled the day of?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, day of the event in Miami. 50 had been trolling this whole time like that shit ain't finna happen and the new season of this ain't gonna happen and this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. He been doing a whole lot of trolling, a whole lot of instigating, a whole lot of like inferring that Meech snitched and all this shit that taxpaying citizens really don't care about at this point, dude. Like, okay, like I don't know what is niggas gonna do. Do run up on Big Meech? I'm confused.
Well, I
So
mean, he acting like he is.
I
Well, so
mean,
let
possibly
me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
50 just trolling, bro.
Is he?
I
Or you
think so. I
think
mean,
that
he's
you
either working with the
don't think
police or
he
he's trolling, or both.
you don't think he's really mad that he took the picture with Ross? So this all stems from we talked about it on here, no? What did we?
Yeah.
It stems from him taking the picture with Rick Ross.
Yep.
And 50 said that he's legally paid the Flannery family, which is Meech's last name, $5
Yep.
million. dollars.
That's crazy.
And he feels like that they shouldn't have had to take any money from Ross, which is why he said he took a picture with him.
Yep.
Because I paid you $5 million and y'all blew through that. So now
Well,
he's saying,
Meech has only been out for a little bit though, so I find it hard to believe that he blew through it. He ain't been out 5 minutes.
well, he said he gave him the money.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah, like that. So, but think about this too. You somebody like Big Meech, I'm sure that he lives a rather lavish lifestyle still. $5 million in expenses ain't a lot of money. Like maybe you need to change your lifestyle. I'm not saying that, but I do. It is possible that he ran through that 5 million. Like that's possible. But I still think 50's being petty. Like it's hard to believe that he can still be that mad at Ross and him and Ross can be beefing like that. Like I just don't believe that. Do I believe that 50 may have called this venue, asked him about the ticket sales because he has those type of connections and been like, you know what, to be petty, I'll buy that. I'll give you whatever it is that you would have made off this if y'all cancel it. I
Mm.
could see him being that petty. Like I could see that happening, but I just don't understand why he's that petty. He's shown record of being it, but like, bro, it's he called him a fake Black Pablo Escobar. Like he really in his troll bag, and I don't think it's interesting to see, man. It's just like the shit when we grew up with a Jay Prince was the boogeyman, and we seen the online shit, and then people start like that. Mask kind of got took off a little bit. I think the same thing is playing out here, but in a much pettier role with 50 because he got so much money. I don't think Meech able to like really do nothing like he want to.
Yeah, it's trolling, and nobody. See, here's the thing, and y'all keep letting 50 get away with it. Nobody likes trolls, bro. We didn't like it when Takashi was doing it. We don't. Nobody likes that shit. Like we can act like we like it, and oh, that's 50 being 50. But
Yeah,
the
man.
older he gets, the cornier it becomes, bro. And he's only doing it for attention. Like at the
Mm,
end of the day, again, unless he got connections at the Miami PD, which I wouldn't be surprised if he did,
jeez.
then other than that, he's just leaning. It's all for what? Like, what is this all
What's,
for? Other than promotion, so you can put the hashtag alcohol behind this shit that he don't drink. Like, I don't know. Are you
some
gonna buy
people,
the alcohol now, dude?
some people keep talking about him.
But that's
He's
bro.
addicted to, he's addicted. Just like your man's
Yeah,
Kanye.
Kanye. It's corny when he do it. It's corny when
Yeah.
everybody else does it. Apparently, except 50 though.
Oh, you don't think that people looking at this like it's corny from 50?
I don't. I don't think. Look,
Really?
read the comments under the Irv shit. Niggas was like, well, he
Mm.
did try to. Well, I mean, that's 50.
I
Well.
I ain't seen the comments under the meat shit. I wonder is it the same energy? Because people do like right off the herb shit too, the beef, but Meech just like it's different with Meech. I think he got different love than Irv got from a different set of people, and
Possibly.
they not gonna be like they not gonna be cool with this. So
Man, but
I
no,
don't
you
know.
might be right. You might be right.
Interesting.
It's old though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's just old. I don't get.
and
From
he's old.
somebody who I'm looking at to boss up, like making big dog plays. Those are the headlines that I like seeing come across. When 50 bought the lot over in Shreveport for the big dog movie studio and the app to play his own movies, them the new. I like talking about that shit. I don't like talking about this shit. This shit is corny. Like
Mm,
talk about the boss
yeah,
moves, dude. This shit is lame, bro. This ain't a boss move to me. It's whack.
yeah,
Again,
I
I
agree.
wasn't going to the show, didn't give a shit about the show. But if that's a way for Meech to get some paper, why would you like claim or why would you try to infer like, oh, I didn't have nothing to do with it, wink, wink. Now it's like, what? Are you?
Especially if paper's the part of the problem, because he said that like Ross threw me some when I needed it.
Because he said he was
Like if I
behind on
didn't,
bills.
yeah, weird. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I
50 a
don't.
weird nigga.
He
That's
losing
some weird
points,
New
bro.
York ass shit. Like that's some real New York weird shit. Like right there.
Yeah, it's going on my head. Next up, man, Suge was on a phone interview. Dropped an interesting nugget. I don't think we had heard before. I promise, he has a new Pac story.
Do he got a
Every,
book? He need to go and write the book.
I know he had the
You read the Suge
podcast,
book?
but
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that nigga talk. I just write the book, bro.
all right, possibly. Yeah, he need a book. If he ain't had a book, he need one. He said that Tupac was planning a collab album with, wait for it, Aaliyah. Of course, Aaliyah, GOAT back in the day, was huge with R. Kelly, huge with Timbaland, stupid popular. My question, would you have been here for that? Number one, and what 90s best of both worlds type album between two artists would you have wanted? Or maybe if it's Pac and somebody else. Talk to him.
Mm, that is a good question. The last part, the first part, it would have went up because
Oh,
we
for
were both
sure.
alive in the Pac and Aaliyah era. I would have been interested to see who would have been producing on there.
For
And
sure.
could Pac catch that way? Well, I mean, we know how Pac is with R&B. He got the John B songs and the
Nah, he can do
Jodeci
that.
shit.
You know.
He can get in that bag. So yeah, this would have been really good to hear. I know it would have been a dope theme behind it with Pac too, as creative as he was probably throughout the album. So I would have been here for that. I definitely would have wanted to hear that. What I may have wanted to hear more from that era would have been, and I know this is kind of cheating because he got one, but that Mary J. Blige, Jay-Z.
Oh
Like
yeah,
that
that would
bag
have been
right there,
a crazy
man, that
bag.
would have been insane.
Yeah, that'd been
Cause I ain't
crazy.
even a big Method Man fan, and I fuck with the "You're All I Need to Get
Yeah, that's a
By." If you
classic.
had Hove rapping with Mary on some of the, and they got some of the same beats from Reasonable Doubt that she had on some of her earlier shit. Like if
For
you had
sure.
Hove rapping over that, that would have been fire.
Yeah.
So give me Mary J. Blige and Hove.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Pac and the Leah would have went crazy. They were close, so I mean, this is not like it's a stretch. Um, but Suge, every time Suge talk about Pac, Suge just got this way of explaining shit. That nigga said, "quote I ain't never seen that little motherfucker so happy." It's like, bro, like what? Like yo, it just kind of
That's
throw a little dig at him.
hilarious.
I don't know. It's
That's
weird.
hilarious.
But he also claimed that Tupac wanted to sign Aaliyah. Now sign her to what? I don't know. But and I know he had the Amuro Records or whatever the case may be. He was trying to cook up or Death Row East or whatever they was going to let him have.
Hmm.
But the project definitely would have been here for it. It definitely would have went up. They were two huge musical acts that were that were going headed their way over into Hollywood for the breakthrough Hollywood. So yeah, that would have been crazy. If I'm going to take a '90s act, I'd probably cheat and go like big in. I'd go big in like Faith. I know, of course, they
Mm.
ended up doing like the little posthumous duet shit that we don't really count.
Hmm.
But '90s, let Puff produce that, let him orchestrate that. That Bad Boy Bag right there, that Faith and Biggie album would have been crazy. Definitely would have
Mm.
tapped in for that. But you hit the nail on the head with the Jay and Mary though. That would have been tough too though. Oh my
Facts.
God, that would have been crazy. So yeah,
That would have been disgusting.
yeah, I would have
Also,
tapped into both of those.
could you? What about a Jodeci and Pac album?
That's a lot of singing right there, man. Oh, that's a lot of
Yeah, well,
a
remember,
lot of
remember
that
what him and
shit.
Devontae did on "I Came to Bring the Pain"?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but ain't Jodeci on Toss It Up? Who's on Toss It Up?
Yeah,
Casey and
Casey and
JoJo?
JoJo,
Or Casey and
all of them
JoJo?
ain't on there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They
this
were
is when
doing
they
a
broke
lot
up.
on Toss It Up.
Casey
Like,
shook it.
they doing a lot on that motherfucker. I'm like, okay,
Casey
bro.
shook it.
Like, dude.
Ooh, it's Casey, baby.
I can't do 12 of them. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't
KC
want
was in
12
his
toss it ups.
bag. Oh, that nigga was high as fuck on that. I know he was. That good booger sugar, nigga.
I'm trying to think though. Like who else was popping? Like Boys and Men was popping. Could they
Voice
have?
Man and LL Cool J. Ain't love
Ooh,
of that. That would have been fire. That would be a fire one. I'm here for that
man.
one.
Tough.
He would
Because
have
they can do like
laced
the
them with
B-side
12
shit too
tracks.
though. They ain't gotta just do no single shit.
He would have laced them with 12 tracks. What?
Yeah, that would have been cold.
Jesus, that would have been cold. All right, man. Moving on, it's All Star time. You mentioned the All Star game at the top of the podcast, AB. The Rap Cave podcast. Shout out our guy Chris Platty.
Yeah,
You
man.
know he always putting in work on the hip hop side. If y'all haven't heard the Rap Cave, go check it out. But he added us on Twitter, AB, and he picked over at the Rap Cave with his constituents over there. They picked the All Stars for the East and the West Coast so far. Well, you know how All Star voting works if you watch basketball. So All Stars, whatever period of time that it was set to be, he's picked five from the East Coast, five for the West Coast. Question for you, AB. Did you see any snubs right off the bat? And who would make it on the Southern All Stars team? Because he did East and West Coast. So us being the South experts, we'll do the South.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to the concept. I love the concept.
Fire, fire.
Rap All Stars is fire. Just to give some context, the East Coast starters, Benny the Butcher, Joey Badass, Ransom, Cash Cobain, and Conductor Williams on the production tip.
Rough
The
for the East Coast.
reserves, Westside Gun, ASAP Rocky, Cardi B, Nicki, Conway, Action Bronson, and Shay Noir. Shout out to Shay Noir. Real quick, the West Coast starters, Kendrick, Mustard, Tyler the Creator, Vince Staples, and Alchemist. Then the reserves with Ty Dolla Sign, Doja Cat, Yeet, Schoolboy Q, Absol, Daylight, and Lil Russell. Again, love
Mm,
the concept. I
fire.
probably would have went Doja Cat in the starting lineup, but he did say this was going off of their 2024 year, and she dropped a deluxe edition. So I don't, that ain't really, we ain't really count deluxe editions and shit. But other than that, though, I thought the lists were on point. The East Coast list, hey, look, if that's your starters,
It's over.
if Ransom and Cash Cobain are your starters, and I fuck with Ransom, but he not a starter though. If it's a year where he's a starter, then y'all had it down. That means somebody injured. That means
Damn.
somebody ACL
Damn.
blew out, bro. Because if you had to put him in there and then Joey Badass, he didn't drop no project, bro. Or did he? I
I
had to
mean,
double check. I don't think he dropped a project.
he bringing the feeling back with the diss and shit. I guess that's
Yeah,
why he
that's
was in.
too. He cooking right. I mean, he dropping the little Lucy's and shit right now. But yeah, he ain't dropped no project last year. He ain't dropped one since 2022. Listen, the East looking
It's
weak
rough out
right
here.
now.
You got to include the South and the East if you want to win.
I agree.
Otherwise, the West Coast won that easily. But we're gonna take care of the South for him. What I will say about that list that you named, the only snub that I would say was on there. Damn, I just had enough. Oh,
Jello, no.
Larry June. I would have put Larry
Oh
June
yeah,
on.
for sure. Agree.
I
I
would have put
agree.
him somewhere on the West Coast.
I
But
agree.
other than that, great list, great concept, as you said. I'll give you my Southern, and you tell me what you have.
For sure.
I got Glorilla,
Of course.
Lotto,
Uh,
Future,
okay.
Big X the Plug,
I got him too. Yep.
and Lil Baby.
Hell no. The fuck?
Facts.
No.
His album, he went number one album this year.
Ain't nobody
Stop
listening to
it.
that shit, bro. That shit was here today and
It
gone
went number one, but no
tomorrow.
one is listening to it.
Nah, bro. 21
That's
Savage over him, bro.
you got
He been
21
making more
Savage over
noise.
Baby.
Right now,
Hmm.
yes.
I give you that. I mean, that's
That's all.
debatable. That's debatable.
Who the producer though? That's the
Metro,
question. Who? Oh, you right.
Metro,
Yeah, facts.
Metro,
Yeah,
definitely.
that
Who did you
wasn't even a
have?
debate. No,
Right.
you took. I have three of these. I had Big X, Glorilla, 21, and Future.
Okay.
Um, so but I was stuck on the producer, and then you just said Metro.
Got it.
That was clearly that was the play.
Facts.
You got these sleeper reserves though from last year, or
Mm-mm.
2024, 2025. I'm trying to think
Sleeper reserves from the South.
who's the reserve, because
I
Gunna,
don't know.
Gunna for sure.
Yes, Gunna definitely needs to
Gunna
make it. Definitely.
might slick need to be in the
He
starting
might need to
lineup.
start. You're right. I
Slick.
give you that. Yeah, Gunna definitely. Gunna might need to be on there. And the youngest will probably argue. I know Nick listening. Key Glock. He would probably say Key Glock.
Possibly, yeah. No, I mean, I don't hate that. I ain't mad at that.
Hmm. Because Key
Um,
Glock had a good album. Yeah.
no Travis Scott. He ain't dropped last year though.
Mm-mm,
He
mm-mm.
dropped Killer Mike.
I did have him in five. Killer Mike will be a reserve, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Killer Mike
Killer Mike
definitely would be a
reserve.
reserve. Facts.
Yeah, but
Two
that's a
Chains.
dope idea. Y'all let us know. Give us y'all starting lineup, man. Hey, give us the Midwest starting lineup.
Yeah, somebody do the
All
Midwest,
Star
man.
Weekend.
I know my guy Rich listening. He from Cincinnati in the Midwest. Him, Nick, Midwest guys. Y'all let
Yeah,
us know what y'all think for the Midwest.
Freddie
Does
Gibbs.
Kanye make it?
Fuck,
Who?
and that's my guy. No, he
Kanye
did
not an
have a number
all-star from the
one last year.
Midwest? Yeah.
He did
He
have
got Grammy nominated.
he did have a number one. That's true. Yeah, he might
Common,
make it.
Common got nominated
Common
for the yeah.
for sure. It's some
They
nah.
got
It's some.
they got the
Hey,
old head starting to five.
listen, they getting ran out the. All you gotta do is run on them. They tired as fuck.
Facts.
Oh shit. But shout out to Chris Platte, man. Y'all make sure to tap in the Rap Cave podcast for sure. Next up, man, Cameron finally spills the beans on what the issue was with Can't Feel My Face, the off delayed, never officially released collab project between Juelz and Lil Wayne. Number one, do you bite his explanation? And do you think this could have saved Juelz's career? Because we know what happened after this never came out.
The explanation from Cameron, he said it's on Conversations with Flea, his podcast. He said that when they went to them, Universal, I believe it was, because Wayne was signed to Universal, Juelz was signed to Def Jam, and they had a partnership.
Yep.
And Universal said since Wayne had not handed in a project yet, like this was before the Carter, so he
Yep.
hadn't handed in the project. Universal said
They want 90.
Universal said they wanted
Yeah.
90% of the
Nuts.
profits from the album, blaming it on not having an album from Wayne. And then Cameron said we have a deal where we're partners with Def Jam, so them getting 90%. Was it 95%? It was
I think it might be
95%.
90 though.
I thought it was 90 because he said after him and Def Jam broke it down, he would only got 2.5% of the
Oh,
profit.
you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. No,
So
it
yeah,
was
they
90 to them, and then but then Wayne label would have got
oh yeah, 90 to them, then 10 to Def Jam, and then Juelz and Cam would have split the five,
yeah
which
from
made it
the
2.5.
yeah yeah yeah.
Yeah, and Cam just said it wasn't worth anyone's time. So I understand that. I still do think that they would have saved Joel's career because after that, like it went downhill. We seen what happened to Joel. She wasn't able to catch one at all. Hasn't been able to catch one since. And this was when he was at his best. I feel like Wayne brought something out of him that no one else was able to bring out throughout his whole rap career that we've seen. And this was a time, as Cameron mentioned, this was before the superstar one.
Yeah, for
He was
sure.
still a star, but he wasn't a superstar yet. And that I think that Juelz having a tape with him would have rolled into Ascension with him. Probably would have been one of the biggest members of Big Set, Dipset, like we thought he would be. So
Yeah.
yeah, this definitely would have changed his career.
I think Cam misspoke when he was because he said Wayne hadn't had an album. And I
Hmm.
think he was saying that the Carter one.
The
I think
Carter
what he
series
meant
hadn't
was,
started.
yeah, the Carter series. They were waiting on that. I think they were just waiting on this particular album, not a album. Period. He kind the way
Right.
he said it made it seem like Wayne had no debut and he had two, three in the can by
Yeah.
then. But this was the new Wayne. This was Carter one that they were waiting on because this was the era that this was supposed to come out. So yeah, no, the explanation makes sense business wise. Yeah, that's ridiculous. You hate to see something as, oh, we need an album, as if Wayne hadn't proved himself. He was three albums deep already. That's kind of strange. But Juelz needed this more than Wayne, as we saw. He
Hmm.
dropped his debut from Me to You in '03, which was pretty good, and then What the Game's Been Missing in '05, which made a little bit of waves. But people were waiting on that Ronald Reagan era, that third album, and they were obviously
Mm.
waiting on this. I can't feel my face. And then eventually leaked, and you could have scooped it up at your little local mixtape spot. But man, it wasn't the same though. Like he needed a official rollout with videos. With the 106 appearance, he needed all that. And then
Facts.
I don't know what happened from there. Somebody gonna have to do a E True Hollywood story on Juelz Santana because I don't know what happened. The 30 for 30 gonna be fire on him because from '05 to about 2018, man, he was MIA. So it's a shame. What could have been? You could argue he the Grant Hill of rap. We don't know what could have been, dude. He the Brandon Roy of rap, bro. Like he could have been cold.
I would say Brandon Rowe over Grant Hill because remember Grant Hill still put in some work later years.
Oh,
Like
that's
Juelz
true.
ain't
He was still
shit.
like a serviceable rotation player.
I got who Grant Hill may be, but I want to know who's the biggest disappointment career wise between Lloyd Banks and Juelz.
Oh, it's Juelz. It's
Really?
Juelz. Yeah, it's Juelz.
Hmm. Lloyd Banks might be Grant Hill.
Let's not disrespect Grant Hill like that. Let's not do
What?
my Pistons any kind of
Lloyd Banks had a
disrespect.
strong. He's been a good role player. He's been putting out good albums.
Yeah, but he was on the shoulders of Fifth though. You could argue. I never looked at Juelz being on the shoulders of Cam.
Of
He was just,
Cameron, you ain't think so?
no, bro. I thought he stood on his own. I thought
That's
Juelz
interesting.
was people looked at Juelz like the young up and coming. It's finna be his turn. Like he really the nicest. Like that's I thought in my opinion that's how people looked at him. Cam may have
How
been
did they
like,
look at Banks? You don't think they look at Banks like he the next lyrical? Like Banks was that nigga.
nah, Banks was tough, and his first album was Flames.
Yeah.
But he was.
I'm
Man,
so
I don't know. That's a
fine.
good point. Maybe so. Maybe so. But I
Yeah.
don't know. I feel like they looked at Juelz like as like the next one. You could have picked any nigga in
Yeah,
G
I can see what you're
like they
saying now.
next.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
all them
fair.
niggas was hard. Like,
Yeah,
they were
we seen
tough,
what
except
happened.
Yayo, obviously. Everybody else was tough.
Yeah, we
Like,
seen what happened. Jesus Christ.
yeah, but that was a
That's
big what if. But you disrespecting Grant Hill, crazy. I'm doing my Pistons any kind of way. That's crazy.
moving right. You going to the game? 23rd HBCU night?
Oh shit, they are right back there. I just went to the one the other week
Oh
though.
yeah, he did tell me that. I
Yeah,
might
yeah,
fuck with
yeah.
that
I don't know
next
though. You
week.
fucking with it?
I might fuck with that.
You
I
want to see
might fuck
K
with that.
Cunningham? I can respect that. See us
He
all-star.
is hooping. It's HBCU night too. I gotta go show some love. Black powers, all that shit. But
Yeah.
moving on, Travis Scott, he suffers the
Oof.
steepest drop from number one in Billboard history. The question is, AB, is Travis Scott run coming to an end?
Hey man, this was ugly. His song 4x4. I don't know if it was a Lucy. I don't know if it was a lead single, whatever the case may be. But they have been pumping it up in like different commercials at like sporting events, or like WWE shit. It's had a lot of gas behind it, and it went number one the week it came out, and then the following week it fell to number 57. It's the
Jesus
biggest fall
Christ.
off in Billboard history, like by like 10, 15 spots. That makes one or two things. I don't know if it's necessarily that his run may be slowing down because he had a popular project with that the last project was pretty popular. So we're not gonna sit here and act like all of a sudden off one single that didn't explode and now that nigga just garbage. The Utopia. The Utopia went up. So I'm not gonna write him off like that, but it feels like there may be some cooking with the numbers though. And that with this
It's
conversation
free
about bots and
fall.
all of this, and like now we're looking at everybody like, yeah, these numbers looking kind of fugazi. All the hype may be a little artificial when it comes to some of these acts, and they might have got their hand caught in the cookie jar. Like we don't question when Travis Scott
Yeah.
goes number one because of who he is. But you looking at the side eye with him, bro, and that shit dropped this many spots, bro. It's like, wait a minute, the biggest fall off in history, and he has another one. He's got the fifth biggest fall off when he had the song with MIA a couple of years ago when he was at Jordan's house in the video. That's like the third or fourth biggest fall off. So it's kind of like, man, hold on, man. Like,
Yes,
shit
this
looking
look
funny in
funny
the
in the
light.
light. This look funny, very, very funny in the light. And I'm wondering, does his team have something to do with it? And if they do, then how are they so bad at it? Like, why can't they do it the second week too? You ain't paying for the second week stream form, but you only paying for the first week. Like, make it
Yeah,
make sense. So I'm wondering if this may be independent of Travis Scott. This may be someone else running the streaming numbers up for him, like one of the stands out there and doing one of the things that they do to run the numbers up. That possible, I'll give Travis Scott that leeway. I'll give him that, but it does look very funny in the light to drop 56 spots on the Billboard chart. And the reason being, people listening to it, like, why is it a big deal? Like, music doesn't work like that. Like, people aren't going to be listening to the song one week and then it has a dramatic fall off the
yeah,
next week.
no,
It, like, again, that's why it's never happened. Like that ain't how people digest music. From the people who know music business and listen to it, or people that are asking, well, why is this a big deal? It's a big deal because it never happens when you like that. That's not the music trend that's ever been applicable to the music industry. So it does look funny. It looks funny that Travis Scott, and it also looks funny with everything surrounding his career. I wouldn't say it's over. I wouldn't say it's the end, just like you didn't. But I do think that there's something to look into here as far as what Travis Scott got going on under the hood.
yeah. The numbers, period. Like I'm seeing videos of people searching. They searching with single letters and all Kendrick comes up. I'm seeing people they searching. They were talking on Joe Budden how they couldn't find the Drake album on Apple when it
Yeah,
first
yeah.
came out. I'm seeing people. If you look on the top 10 songs on Apple, eight of them are the Drake and PND album. But when you go to the top 10 songs on Spotify, he has none.
Mhm.
So it's like the number. I don't know what's going on. This nigga went from one to the 50s. All this shit looking crazy. Motherfuckers come out and do 30,000, 20,000, 10,000. I don't I don't I'm
Music business
starting
is
to
in a
like
weird
ignore the
place.
numbers, bro. I don't know what to believe. I can't explain the algorithm, so I don't trust it. Honestly, I really wish we were back in the physical copy days, even though I do like my little monthly Apple Music subscription. So please don't take that away. I actually like the convenience. But counting the numbers and shit, that shit is starting to mean less and less every day because it's too easy to manipulate, bro. Like I don't know. I don't trust it.
Do you still buy albums?
No, I'll buy a vinyl on some like collector
Like
shit, but
you
nah,
don't go
I ain't
to the
buying.
iTunes store and pay 15.99.
Nah, I just let the Apple Music.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? I just vibe with the Apple Music.
What's the benefit? It stays in your phone if you buy it, right?
Yeah, they can't like if you'd have bought that J. Cole and he erased the diss song, yours didn't get erased. Your shit is still
Mm,
there. Or when
got you.
Kanye does his shit, or when some label album like the Sci-Hi, if you'd have bought the
Hmm.
Sci-Hi, no dope on Sunday, you would still have it on your shit.
Ah, okay. I see what you're saying. That's the benefit
Yeah.
of mine. I wonder, can you buy that side high still? Can you still buy it?
Now that's a good question.
Huh.
I haven't looked.
That's
I ain't
now.
been on. I don't think the iTunes store exists no more. I don't
I
know,
deleted
bro.
the app off my phone, bro. Like I don't know. Why would I ever use this? But
Let me see.
I would go buy that if
Oh,
that
it's
side
still
high was
there.
still. It is. How much is it?
Let me. See. No, I'm saying that's. I meant the app is
Oh,
still there.
iTunes is still there. You checking to see if the side high
Damn, the
still there.
album not on there.
That's crazy. I say that again.
Damn.
I say
Yeah,
that again on here. It's a crime that this nigga ain't got an album on streaming service.
that's
Or
nuts.
is it on Spotify? Is it still on Spotify?
I think it's on title.
Oh,
I
it's on
do think it's
title.
on title
Of
though.
course. Who has title?
Yeah,
All
it's a great
right,
question.
man.
Damn, that's crazy. That motherfucker ain't on there.
Yeah, that is insane. What is
All
it, a
right,
physical
guys.
copy somewhere?
Yeah, the vinyl that'd be hard too though.
Mm.
Wins and losses, guys. Before we get ghost, so W or L. Freddie Gibbs. We got another Freddie Gibbs appearance. He accuses Drake of jacking his rollout for Soul Sold Separately, his album from a couple of years ago. He had the three S's with the dollar signs with the rabbit as kind of the mascot for the project. Very similar to the some sexy songs for you with the triple dollar signs with a couple of rabbits as part of the marketing promo. So W or L for Gangsta Gibbs, man.
It's a W. Nigga like Drake hopping in you, you ought to be able to get your name popping and separated from the spready rumors. So at least nobody's calling you Spready Gibbs right now. But I
True.
thought I seen them with some pictures of each other together. Like they
Yeah,
cool, right?
yeah, he know who Freddie. They've had conversations before for sure.
I don't even know if I would have said them if I'm Freddie Gibbs because it really don't matter unless you just try to get your name in the news. But it's still a
Bingo.
W for him. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a W because they're talking about Freddie Gibbs in a positive light. So that's a
yeah, with
W.
Drake.
It's not
Right.
some new baby mama and some weird
Getting
ass
beat up at some
allegations.
weird food spot.
Yeah,
Like,
he ain't getting
yes.
ran out of a fucking hibachi restaurant by some goons. It's in a positive light and it makes you look like the underdog, so to speak. Like, damn, man, this is looks so damn for and then people are gonna listen to that album. You might have got a couple of extra spins off of it. So
Facts.
whatever. I would have leaned into it too. Like, fuck it. Whether I believe it or
Makes
not.
sense. It definitely makes sense.
Another W or L, man. We alluded to beef spilling over into 2025. Soulja Boy,
Ooh.
Marlon Wayans, guys. They were going back and forth online. Marlon Wayans, Soulja Boy, he had the perfect role for him. He needed someone that was a crackhead and a meth head mixed. And so he had the perfect role. He said, "Bro, I got the perfect role for you, bro." Soulja Boy made a diss record,
Oh
calling
my
him out,
God.
whatever the case may be. W or L, man, for this beef.
This is an L, man. Soldier Boy, like he's a crash out. Like he's officially a crash out. I'm really glad that it's Marlon Wayans because that's funny, and I think Marlon Wayans can beat Soldier Boy up. So if this ever came to, like, if they ran into each other, I would love to see that nigga. I would pay money to see Marlon Wayans running the Soldier Boy because if niggas got the Wayans family fucked up,
And they gonna be
I
thick.
they
They
gonna be
gonna be
deep in there
thick.
too, nigga. They gonna whoop Soldier Boy, nigga. All the Wayans pop out. So yeah, this is an L for Soulja Boy, man. Sit down, calm down. That the I have a role for you that's a crackhead and a meth head is fucking hilarious. You
No,
can't
that
beef
was
with
funny.
you can't beef with comedians, bro.
No,
Like you
no.
can't do that.
You're gonna lose
Like
that every time.
every time. I'm
Lose that every
surprised
time.
Dave Chappelle didn't say nothing to Kanye. Well, he probably gonna
Yeah.
say something to his
Oh, it's
next record.
coming. Yeah, that's oh,
Nigga,
that Netflix
oh,
special is brewing, nigga. You ain't talking about nothing.
that nigga finna blaze Kanye. Sheesh.
Yeah, this was hilarious. This was a W because the jokes were funny. And Soldier Boy, man, I don't know how he does it, but every time he gets to these fake outrage spats, he snaps on social media like he's serious and he plays into it every time. I don't know how he plays into his character without a smirk. And I don't know how he do it, but I know he's not this serious. And as soon as he hits stop on his phone, he be right back on the
Laughing.
PlayStation 5 playing 2K.
Facts.
Like
Is
chilling.
this
That's it.
is this similar to what 50 does?
Yes, it's trolling.
Same thing. Same thing.
Takashi used to do the same shit.
Yeah.
Scream in the phone in a mansion in one of the 8 bedrooms. Act like you mad. You'll never run into these niggas. And if you do, you're gonna run, literally. Like nothing's
Facts.
nothing's ever gonna happen with any of this shit, dude. You fake mad so people can retweet it and blog sites can do it, and we can talk about it on Deck. And then we'll
Mhm.
forget about you in 24 hours.
Hilarious.
Next up, man, W R L. Will Ferrell performs Not Like Us on SNL. They had their 50th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. SNL
Yeah,
50.
W R L.
This is L. This has officially jumped the shark. This beef is over.
It's cooked.
No one should have mentioned this anymore. Once
It's
the white
cooked.
people start laughing at it, and it's funny to white people when they understand it's over. It's like any of the slang words that white people start using. You're
Uh,
like, okay, it's a wrap. Hang that up.
Start
Swag.
dabbing, all
Yeah,
the dances.
swag.
Yeah.
Damn. All of that shit
Swag
is
surf.
over.
So
This has officially jumped the shark. And it was slick racist. Like the way that they was like this was slick white folks racism. Like the way that he was rapping it, like he couldn't like literally couldn't understand what they were saying, and that shit was crazy. This
yeah.
is a L as far as the whole moment. From this is when people say they tired of it now. Yes, yes, you should be tired of it because Saturday Night Live and white people are now laughing at it. It's over. Leave it alone. We ain't going back there as black people.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live, once every blue moon, there's a skit that's funny on Saturday Night Live to me. This
Mhm.
was not one of them. It just was a sad. This was a Saturday Night Live skit, bro. And Will Ferrell on his own is funny. Let's be very clear about
Facts.
that. This was cringy. And I was just like,
Yes.
okay. And a couple people sent it to me, man. Drake's cool. Look, I was like, bro, this is not funny, dude. You don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny, and that's okay. But yeah, nah, it's official. It's a wrap, bro. Throw this in there
Yeah.
with the swag surf, the
This is jump the
dab,
shark. This
all
is
that
jump the
shit,
shark. It's
dude. It's
over.
over with.
Yeah, it's
Last
over.
one, real quick. Sexy Red turned down a permanent role in WWE because she said she had scheduling conflicts. W or L?
They say, yo, somebody need to talk to her and help her understand what the WWE is and what her rap career is. Cancel all of those plans, reschedule whatever you're supposed to do because she said she couldn't do the training. She ain't had time to train full time for it. Make time. With her personality and
Yeah,
how big the WWE is, she would have been a superstar.
yeah.
Way bigger than she would have been in rap. And I promise you that. But I mean, I get people, everybody want to be rappers. I guess that's part of it. But yeah, this is definitely a L.
This is an L for us because that means she's gonna keep making music.
That too.
And she could have faded off into a whole nother realm where with all the other characters and people who, all the make believe, shout out to WWE. It hurt me too when I found out it wasn't real. Don't worry, you're not alone. But you could have at least thrown it under the guise of, oh, it's somebody playing a character, a villain, or whatever the hell she would have been. But we wouldn't have had to listen to her and Bruno Mars make music
Jesus.
that was literally here today and gone the next day. WWE is huge. That bag is crazy. I'm sure of it. She should have leaned into that and put
Man,
the mic down.
facts. They would have broke her off too. And
I
she would have been
agree
like a star. That shit crazy.
for
It's
sure.
crazy she think her rap career gonna I mean, I guess I don't knock her for it, but to think your rap career gonna be that much more promising than a permanent role in the WWE is
Permanent role is
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
All right, man. Let's go to Ondecker of the week, man. Some great comments. Shout out to A Lang 4190. Two Chains went into Larry June's world and did a better job than him. And June
Mm,
couldn't deliver on the hype slash darker tracks. Okay.
you
Shout
ain't
out to Two
lying.
Chains with the versatility. Wait, is he not lying? Are we
You
sure
ain't
he's not
lying.
lying?
You ain't lying. That boy ain't lying.
Oh,
He not
hell.
lying. Told you
Uh,
that should have been a two chains project.
nah. Now we just getting out of pocket. Shout out to Uncle T-Bone 615. I think I'm starting to understand why folks don't like Kendrick because he doesn't bend to what is, quote, expected of him. He does what he wants to do. The hate is strong with this guy. I guess he's
Facts.
talking about you. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking
No, he's talking to you. He's
about.
talking to you. He's talking to you,
Oh
buddy.
shit. I like how people. I like how we're moving the goalposts. We're shrinking the goalposts and moving it because now all of a sudden you can just do what you want to
Here
do on
we
the Super Bowl
go.
stage. I just
Yes,
want to be
nigga.
entertained.
When you Kendrick Lamar, you can. When
Nah,
you Drake, you can't. You
can
got to
he
go do this.
entertain?
When I'm Kendrick, I get to do what I want because I'm a nigga. I'm finna nigga this shit up.
Just
You ain't got to do
entertain.
that.
Shout out to Cold Chillin' 661. My top three hip hop love songs, because we did ask that question. He said Method Man,
Nice.
Mary J, All I Need.
Okay.
Wale and Usher Matrimony.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is
That's
that
a
shit.
good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen.
that's a good
Wale
one.
got a few now. We keeping it a
He do.
stack.
He do.
And then he said LAD, Riding Low, probably too West Coast for y'all, LOL. You're right.
No idea what that is,
Yeah,
bro.
that's over my head. I'll
No
look it
idea
up.
what that. I don't even know who LAD is,
I've never heard of that until just now.
but I will listen to it.
I'll check it out for sure.
I fuck with a good hip
Um,
hop love song.
Shout out to Double Up Row. AB hate was strong this episode. LOL. Somebody got to bring balance to this shit, man. We're not finna have the slurp fest all day long with the Kendrick shit. Somebody got to bring some
Slurpfest
balance.
is crazy. Shout out my guy Double Up, bro.
Call me Thanos.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Birdman 85059. My man said he had girl jeans on. LOL. Don't paint like your boy don't paint his damn nails. AB, stop it. First off, it did come out that those jeans were in
Great point.
fact women's jeans.
Really? What
You
was the
didn't see
point of
that?
it?
They were
No, I ain't
Celine
see that.
jeans.
I seen that they were Celine. I didn't know that they were like specifically made for women though.
Tough, and they were size 29. I said 28. I was
Oh,
close.
Jesus. Wearing a size 29 women jeans is crazy. What the fuck? That's crazy. I wonder what was the thought process behind that, bro?
Well, that's y'all king. I wouldn't know.
Uh, I'd love to hear him tell me what happened there.
He'll never talk about it, but boy, let that be Drake though. It's all good, man.
Well, he wears women's jeans all the time, though. So.
Does he? Are we sure? Are we sure about that? Give me something
I
good to
know I
put
seen
on,
it.
man. Put me on
I know I
something.
seen that nigga in women's jeans.
Never.
Put on. You've
I'll
seen
do.
this already, but I haven't yet. I'm highly anticipating the new TV show, HBO Max, White Lotus,
Season 3.
season 3. If you haven't seen those first 2 seasons, you got some catching up to do, but it's gonna be worth it. One of those white people problem shows, but it's damn entertaining. So y'all check that out, White Lotus on HBO Max or
Low key,
Max.
who done it? Low key.
Yeah, like who done it, mystery type, real build up to it. It's good.
Yeah, for sure. I am two things. What movie? Captain America was cool. Shout out to my Marvel heads out there. If you haven't seen Captain America, I would say go check it out, but don't get your hopes high, if that makes sense. But it's cool. It wasn't slaw. It was cool. Hopefully, this Fantastic Four is better. And then new book alert. Will Packer, TV producer. He has a new book called Who Better Than You? The Art of Healthy Arrogance and Dreaming Big. He's on a book tour right now, and he's in Atlanta this week. He's chopping it up with Ludacris. He's got different people on different stops. He's chopping up with Ludacris. I slick want to go. I might end up going. I'm not sure yet.
What
But I
day is it?
love this book title, so I'm definitely gonna fuck with the book.
Oh, I'm gonna get that at Audible tonight.
Yeah, what I'm saying. Like it
Mhm.
comes out, I think it just came out on Valentine's Day, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, y'all make sure to check that out. I'm gonna
Oh,
check
I
it
got one
out.
more put on.
Go for it.
I pulled up to Bankhead Seafood, Killer Mike and Ti
Man,
spot.
give me the review.
It's solid. It's normal.
It's just some
It ain't nothing.
slaw.
No. It's like I'm trying to think of something that you would be familiar with. It's like Ed's or something in Nashville.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
fried fish, fried chicken. The spot is cool though. They stepped up the spot. Whole lot of old West Side people in there. You can tell from Bankhead just happy because that spot was a staple before they reopened it, and
Gotcha.
they reopened it and put the remix on it and kind of modernized it. They got a bar in there now. Like it looks great. The aesthetic is good. But I
Okay.
wanted to pull up and support. Ferrell was down there the next day after I was there. I seen
That's
him and Killer
crazy.
Mike pull up down there. I'm hot about that. But yeah, he be Killer Mike chills in there sometimes, just be in there. So yeah, if y'all in Atlanta, pull up on Bankhead Seafood, get you some good fried fish.
How was it? How was
Support the
it for real?
people.
Was it on some, was it, what was the ticket like? Were you appalled by the ticket or was it regular 2025 tip prices?
2025 price. It
That
ain't
means you
cheap.
were appalled.
It wasn't
Ticket's
cheap.
insane now.
Man, nigga, you look up and the bill be $100. You be like, where? How?
Nigga,
Why?
food high as fuck.
God damn, bro. Nigga.
Now
So
I
yeah,
see why
it's
my
cool.
mama be looking at prices and shit crazy, dude.
Facts,
We
nigga.
seen it
When you
in
get a
real time. Food shit be high
what?
as fuck, bro.
Facts, nigga. Yeah.
And it's
So yeah.
everywhere now.
Yeah, it ain't no, and yeah, that's why you gotta accept it. Like when I
That's what
went in there and sat down, and I'm looking at it, I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. That's the same price as everywhere else. Yeah, but like typical entrees, anywhere from 20 to 40.
God, that
Yeah, entrees 20 to 40. And we talking about we talking about fish sandwiches. Drinks by 12.
God.
Yeah, drinks by $12.
Ain't no
Like
fucking way, bro.
you can get you like if you eat like you can get you a fish basket with fish and fries. It's like $15.
Okay, I mean, well, that's
That's be your best bet.
that's
Anything
20, that's
less you do,
2025.
yeah, facts.
Yeah,
But yeah,
you can't ask for nothing really less than that.
yeah. Don't go in there with less than $50. Just
You gotta
don't
go
do
Long
that.
John Silver's if you want
Yeah.
something. And it's
Just go
probably
eat. Look, if you got $50 today and nowadays, just go eat fast food, bro. I went to Chipotle the other day. It was $23, dude.
Facts.
I was like, what? Are you serious?
by yourself.
Crazy, nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nah, facts.
Dolo meal, $23. Chips, queso. Oh yeah, 23. Appreciate you. You want a drink? 30. Nigga, what we talking about? God damn. Shit.
Oh shit. Hey man, inflation is insane. Guys, we appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all check out the TV shows. Make sure y'all check out the movies. Check out the books. Let us know down in the comments. Is 50 to blame for this big Meech concert? Does he work for the police and why you think he works for the police?
God.
And what
Also,
90s?
let us know who Drake rapping to. Who is he rapping to, bro?
Real
'Cause
ones.
it ain't AB. It's not AB.
He rapping to the
It's
real one.
women 18 to 28. Let me know if you agree with this.
I can't wait to listen to that album again.
Oh
I
my
might just ride
God.
around out night at night right now just so I can listen to it.
You're not gonna do that.
I
You're
might.
not gonna do. No, you're not.
It's a
I know
strong
you're not.
possibility.
No,
Also,
it's
what
not.
90s best of both worlds type album would you want to hear? I'll throw that out there, man. Give us some good shit. Until the next time. Anything else, man, before we get out of here?
Nah, that's it, man. We appreciate y'all joining us.
Yes, sir. We out.
Peace.